All right, so are you ready to take a look into the future? I mean, really dive in.
Always ready. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Because today we're talking artificial intelligence.
Sounds right up our alley.
Yeah, but not just, the AI that can, like, write poems or create art or anything.
Yeah.
This is about AI agents.
Now, those are interesting.
Yeah, and these AI agents, they're like the doers.
Mm-hmm. The ones that actually get things done.
Yeah, and, everyone's predicting that 2025 is going to be like the year of the AI agent.
It's going to be big.
Huge.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And we've got a ton of articles here all saying the same thing. Like, it's not just hype.
Yep.
This is really happening, and companies are already, like, working on this stuff.
Big time. Google, Apple, Microsoft, they're all over it.
Yeah, and it's interesting how this tech is sort of building on what we've already seen with generative AI.
It really is. It's like we're taking all that incredible language processing, the image creation, and we're giving it hands and feet,
Exactly.
letting it loose in the real world.
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of people are still trying to wrap their heads around things like ChatGPT.
Sure.
So how are these AI agents different from the chatbots we've been hearing so much about?
Well, I think the key difference is action.
Okay.
Chatbots, they're conversational.
Right.
They give information, have a little dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
But AI agents, they're built to actually do things.
Yeah.
They take information and then they use it to interact with different systems.
So instead of just asking a chatbot about the weather, an AI agent could, like, see that I'm free this afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
check flight availability and prices, and then book me a ticket to, Hawaii.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the kind of thing we're talking about.
Okay.
And we're already seeing some glimpses of this in action.
Really?
Yeah. Google's got this Project Mariner. Have you heard of that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, it's designed to navigate websites, understand the content, pull out specific information like contact details, all that. So imagine being able to delegate your online research to an agent like that.
That's incredible. That could be like a game changer for things like market research or competitive analysis.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
And think about Apple's Siri.
Okay. Yeah.
It already does quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
But they're working on upgrades that would let it analyze your calendar, check flight times, traffic, and tell you when to leave to pick someone up from the airport.
Oh, wow. So it's like predictive scheduling on a whole new level.
Exactly.
It really does feel like we're on the edge of having these super capable digital assistants.
That's as you're getting there.
Yeah. So we've got Google, we've got Apple.
Mm-hmm.
What about Microsoft?
Oh, they're in the game too.
Okay.
They're actually pretty far along in integrating AI agents into their systems. They call them AI co-pilots.
Interesting.
And they're using them internally to help employees in all sorts of departments.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Give
Yeah.
me the details. Like, what kind of impact are these AI co-pilots having at Microsoft?
Well, their internal data suggests that they've seen a huge jump in their IT self-help success rate. Seems like employees are able to solve their own tech problems more often.
Makes sense.
Frees up IT support for those really complex issues.
Right. And if the AI can walk employees through basic troubleshooting or answer those, common questions, that could save everybody a lot of time and frustration.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just IT.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're also seeing a significant increase in sales revenue.
Wow.
AI co-pilots are helping sales teams identify leads, tailor their pitches, close deals more effectively.
So it's not just about saving time and resources. It's about actually boosting productivity and revenue.
That's right.
That's impressive. What other areas are they using these AI co-pilots in?
Well, they're also using them in HR,
Okay.
streamlining things like onboarding new employees, resolving inquiries.
Mm-hmm.
Early results are looking good with quicker resolution times, increased employee satisfaction.
It sounds like they're really pushing the boundaries of what these AI agents can do.
They are.
So this isn't just like some futuristic concept.
Yep.
This is actually happening. It's being implemented. It's making a difference in the workplace.
It is.
What about the consumer side of things?
Yeah.
What can we expect to see in 2025?
Well, the predictions are pretty exciting.
Yeah.
We can expect to see a mix of those consumer applications like the Siri airport pickup example you mentioned.
Uh-huh.
And then there's going to be more behind the scenes stuff.
Okay.
Maybe not as flashy, but definitely productivity boosters.
Yeah.
Things like automating those tedious tasks, filing expense reports, scheduling appointments.
Oh, I think people would be lining up to hand those tasks over to an AI agent.
I think so too.
What else are experts predicting?
Well, there's a lot of buzz about AI agents potentially revolutionizing education.
Okay.
Imagine personalized tutors that adapt to your learning style and pace, giving you custom lessons and feedback.
That could be amazing, especially for students who don't do well in like traditional classrooms.
Hmm.
It really feels like we're on the verge of a major shift in how we interact with technology.
I think we are.
Yeah.
And what's even more fascinating is we're not just talking about AI handling simple tasks.
Oh,
Some experts believe these AI agents will get so sophisticated that they'll be able to learn and evolve right alongside us,
really?
almost like partners.
Partners. Now, that's a really thought-provoking concept.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. Like, what would that look like in practice?
Okay, well, imagine having a whole team of personalized AI agents working for you 24/7.
Okay.
They're constantly learning your preferences, anticipating your needs, helping you reach your goals.
Mm-hmm.
They could manage your schedule, filter information overload, even help you brainstorm ideas or make tough decisions.
Wow, that sounds incredibly empowering,
It does.
but also a little unsettling.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it brings up a lot of questions about, what did it actually mean to be human in a world where AI is such a big part of our lives?
Exactly. And that's a conversation we really need to be having as a society.
Yeah, I agree.
As AI agents get more capable and more integrated into our world, we need to think about the implications, the good and the potentially not so good.
Right.
But for now, why don't we dive into some of the specific examples and predictions that are driving all this excitement around AI agents?
Yeah, okay. Let's explore some of the really mind-blowing possibilities these articles are talking about.
Sounds good. One area that's really ripe for some disruption, I think, is healthcare.
Oh, healthcare, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Imagine you've got an AI agent that can, analyze your medical history, track your symptoms, even give you personalized health advice, all based on the latest research.
That's a pretty wild idea.
Yeah.
It could be a total game changer for preventative care and helping people manage chronic conditions. But what about the human element? Would people actually trust an AI with something as important as their health?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think trust and transparency, those are going to be super important for people to really embrace this. But you got to think about the potential upsides here. AI could help a lot of people who have trouble accessing healthcare, especially in underserved communities. Imagine having a virtual health assistant right in your pocket, available 24/7 to answer your questions and give you guidance.
Yeah, I see what you mean. That would be incredible for people who, maybe can't easily see a doctor or a specialist. It'd be like having a personal healthcare advocate right there with them all the time.
Exactly.
Mm.
And don't forget the potential for AI agents to actually help medical professionals too.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So think about an AI that can analyze medical images, scan through tons of research papers, and then flag potential diagnoses or treatment options.
Wow.
It'd be a huge help to doctors and nurses, helping them make better decisions.
So it's not about replacing doctors.
Yeah, not all.
It's about giving them more tools to work with.
Exactly. Augmenting their skills.
Yeah. And hopefully improving the quality of care for everybody.
That's the goal.
I'm curious, though. We've been talking a lot about the positive side of things,
Mm-hmm.
but are there any areas where these AI agents could actually cause problems?
Well, one concern that comes up a lot is the potential for bias.
Bias, okay.
Yeah, if AI agents are being trained on data that's already biased, then they could end up perpetuating and even amplifying existing inequalities.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's a real concern. Take loan applications, for example. If the AI is trained on data that reflects historical biases in lending practices, it could unfairly discriminate against certain groups of people.
That's a really important point. We definitely need to make sure that these AI systems are fair and equitable, that they're not accidentally making those biases worse.
Mm-hmm.
What are people doing to address that issue?
Well, researchers and developers are very aware of this challenge, and they're working on ways to identify and fix bias in the data that's used to train AI.
Okay.
They're also trying to create algorithms that are more transparent and accountable. It's a work in progress for sure, but it's something everybody's keeping a close eye on.
It's good to hear that people are taking those ethical implications seriously.
Absolutely.
But I also want to talk about the economic impact of this.
Sure.
A lot of people are worried that all these AI agents are going to lead to a lot of people losing their jobs.
Yeah, that's a valid concern. It's very likely that AI agents are going to automate certain tasks. And yeah, probably some jobs will be lost.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's important to remember that technology has always disrupted the job market.
True.
I mean, look back through history. The key is to adapt.
Okay, so it's not about trying to hold on to the jobs of the past.
No.
It's about getting ready for the jobs of the future.
Exactly.
So what kind of skills are we going to need in this AI-driven world?
Well, anything that requires creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence,
Mhm.
those are going to be super valuable. We'll need people who can design and manage these complex AI systems, people who can understand the data and make good decisions, and of course, people who can build relationships and collaborate in this new environment.
So it's not just about technical skills.
No,
It's about those human qualities that AI just can't replicate.
exactly.
So what advice would you give to someone who wants to be ready for this future?
I'd say embrace lifelong learning.
Okay.
Be adaptable, be curious, focus on developing those human skills that'll make you stand out. And don't be afraid to experiment with AI tools and technologies. The more familiar you are with AI, the better off you'll be in this new world.
That's great advice. It's not about being afraid of the future. It's about being excited for it and getting ready for the changes that are coming.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears a little bit. I want to talk about the bigger picture, the societal impact of AI agents. How do you think they're going to change the way we live, work, and interact with the world?
It's tough to say for sure, but I think we can expect some pretty big changes.
Okay, like what?
Well, for one thing, we'll probably see a huge increase in personalized experiences.
Okay.
Imagine a world where your AI agent knows you so well that it can customize everything.
Wow.
Your shopping recommendations, your news feed, even your entertainment choices.
That sounds amazing,
It could be.
but also a little creepy.
Yeah, maybe a little.
What about our relationships, our social
Well,
interactions?
that's a really important area where we need to be thoughtful. As these AI agents become more a part of our lives, we have to remember to maintain real human connections
Yeah.
and practice empathy. We
Yeah.
don't want to get so reliant on AI that we forget how to connect with each other on a deeper level.
That's such an important point. We need to find that balance between using AI to make our lives better
Yeah.
and holding on to those essential human qualities that make us who we are. But on a more optimistic note, do you think AI agents could actually help us solve some of the really big problems facing humanity, like climate change or global poverty?
I think they absolutely could. AI agents have the potential to play a big role in analyzing complex data, identifying trends, and developing solutions to those problems. Imagine an AI that can track deforestation patterns, optimize energy use, or pinpoint areas where resources are needed the most.
So AI could actually be a force for good, helping us create a more sustainable and equitable world.
That's the hope.
That's an inspiring thought.
It is. And it really highlights how important it is that we develop these technologies responsibly, making sure they're used to benefit everyone.
Right. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Personalized healthcare and education, the potential for AI to solve some of the world's biggest problems. It seems like AI agents are going to have a massive impact on our lives.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we're just getting started. As AI keeps evolving, we can expect even more incredible advancements, and who knows what other possibilities will emerge.
This is a pretty exciting time to be alive. But before we get carried away with all the futuristic predictions, let's bring things back down to earth for a minute. What's one concrete thing our listeners can do today to get ready for this AI future?
Start learning about AI. Read articles, take online courses, go to workshops. There's so much information out there.
Yeah.
The more you understand about AI, the better prepared you'll be to navigate the opportunities and challenges that come with it.
So knowledge is power.
Exactly. The more we learn about AI, the more we can shape its future. And don't be afraid to experiment a little. Try out some of the AI-powered tools and services that are already available. See how AI can actually improve your own life, make you more productive, more creative, happier even.
It's about taking the mystery out of AI and making it something everyone can use and understand.
I agree. We need to go beyond the hype and the fear and really engage with this technology in a meaningful way.
That's a great way to put it. The future of AI, it's not set in stone. It's up to all of us to shape it in a way that benefits humanity. And the first step is to learn about it and get involved.
Well said. I think we've only scratched the surface here, but hopefully this conversation has given you a glimpse into the world of AI agents and the huge impact they're likely to have.
Absolutely.
Remember, the future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we create. And the power to shape that future is in our hands.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired, and I think our listeners are ready for a little break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to wrap up our deep dive into the world of AI agents.
All right, so we're back. And, we've talked about a lot when it comes to AI agents, like how they can personalize things for us, how they might change industries like healthcare and education, and even how they could maybe help us deal with some of the big problems facing the world.
Definitely a wide range of possibilities, but I think it's good to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. You know,
Mm.
what kind of future are we actually making with all this powerful AI? That's a great point. I mean, we've touched on some of the risks and the ethical stuff, but what about the long term? What kind of world are we headed for?
Well, it's hard to say for sure, but I can imagine a future where these AI agents are just seamlessly a part of everything, boosting our abilities and opening up new possibilities. Imagine you've got a team of AI agents and they're all working for you, constantly learning what you like and what you need and anticipating everything.
It sounds like it would be so efficient, almost like having an extension of your own brain.
Hmm.
But does that sort of blur the lines between humans and machines? Like, where does the human end and the AI begin?
That is a really deep question, and it's something that philosophers and ethicists are really struggling with. As AI gets smarter and more independent, we have to think about what that means for us, for our sense of self, our relationships, and our place in the world.
It's like we're stepping into this unknown territory where the line between human and machine isn't so clear anymore. But I think instead of avoiding these questions, we should be talking about them.
Absolutely. We need open and honest discussions about the future we're creating with AI. Like, what values do we want to put into these systems? How can we make sure that AI is helping people and not making inequality worse?
Yeah, it's a lot to think about, but I think it's so important that we have these conversations now while the technology is still being developed. We have this chance to shape the future of AI and make sure it's a future that's good for everyone.
Exactly. We need to be proactive instead of just reacting. And that starts with learning and awareness. The more we understand about AI, the better choices we can make about how it's developed and used.
So what's the big takeaway for our listeners today? What can they do right now to prepare for this AI-powered future?
Keep learning about AI, stay engaged, and stay curious. Read about it, play with AI tools, and most importantly, ask questions. The future of AI isn't decided yet. It's something we're all creating together.
That's a really powerful message. We're not just watching this technological revolution happen, we're part of it. And we can make choices that shape the future in a way that helps everyone.
That's right. And that's what makes this such an exciting time to be alive. We're on the edge of something new, a time when AI could unlock all these incredible possibilities and maybe even help us solve some of the world's toughest problems.
It's a future with a lot of potential, but also some uncertainty. But I'm feeling hopeful. I think if we approach AI with wisdom and compassion and a commitment to doing the right thing, we can create a future that's better and fairer for everyone.
I agree. I think if we work together, we can use the power of AI to create a world where technology helps people instead of holding them back.
I love that. Well, I think that brings our deep dive to an end. We've talked about a lot today, from the technical details of AI agents to the bigger questions about how this technology is going to affect society.
We've just scratched the surface, but hopefully we've given you something to think about. The world of AI is changing fast, and it's definitely worth paying attention to.
So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those questions. The future of AI is in our hands. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and until next time, stay curious.